Join me in this Bible study as I challenge myself to pray like Jesus Christ. Have you ever wondered how Jesus Christ prayed and what we can learn from his prayers? Prayer is the foundation of our relationship with God, and it's impossible to overstate its importance in the life of a believer. And who better to learn from than Jesus Christ himself? So many of us struggle with prayer. We feel like we're not doing it right, or we're not getting the results we want, or we're just not sure what to say. I've been there too. I've felt like my prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling, and I'm not really sure if God is even listening. But deep down, we all want to deepen our prayer life, to connect with God on a more intimate level, to see his power and presence in our lives. We all want to know the secret to effective prayer, but it's not a secret. The Bible gives us plenty of examples of how Jesus prayed, and what we can learn from his example. In Matthew 14, Jesus goes up on a mountain to pray, and in Luke 6, he withdraws to a solitary place to pray. He's pulling away from the crowds, from the distractions, to focus on his relationship with God. And that's what we need to do too. Jesus didn't just pray for himself, he prayed for others. He interceded on behalf of his disciples, on behalf of those who were suffering, on behalf of those who were lost. And he didn't just pray for their physical needs, he prayed for their spiritual needs too. He prayed for their faith, for their strength, for their perseverance. And that's what we need to do too. When we look at Jesus' prayers, we see a picture of intimacy, of sincerity, of submission to God's will. We see a picture of dependence on God, of trust in God's goodness, of confidence in God's power. And that's what we need to cultivate in our own prayer lives. Jesus prayed in private, but he also prayed in public. He prayed in the synagogue, he prayed with his disciples, he prayed on the cross. And every time he prayed, he showed us what it means to have a vibrant, living, breathing relationship with God. So what can we learn from Jesus' prayers? First, we need to prioritize solitude. We need to find those quiet moments to pray, to reflect, to listen to God's voice. Second, we need to be sincere. We need to come to God with authenticity, with honesty, with transparency. And third, we need to submit to God's will. We need to surrender our desires, our plans, our dreams to his greater purposes. As we look at Jesus' prayers, we're reminded that prayer is not about getting what we want, it's about aligning ourselves with God's will. It's about seeking his kingdom, his power, his glory. And that's what we need to remember as we pray. So let's take these lessons to heart, and let's start praying like Jesus Christ. Thanks for joining me in this Bible study. If you were encouraged or challenged by this video, please hit that like button. Share your thoughts on prayer in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Bible study content.